Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. In this specific video, I'm going to be talking about the most common 5 types of credit cards when it comes into the reward systems. And I can show you there's more than 5 types, but I'm not gonna be focusing those. And at the same time, I'm gonna be using military vocabulary when it comes into these types because I was in the Marine Corps and I wanted to explain this way to be a little more unique. I will explain myself about what the role this card is and some examples as well. The first credit card is gonna be a rifleman. Rifleman, it can be anybody, any position, it can be by itself, it can fulfill anything to be honest. Because just as Marine is a rifleman, this card can do anything. Ideally, you want a Visa credit card and with a 2% cash all. Very much examples of these specific cards tend to be like Venture X from Capital One, can be other cards similar to the Fidelity 2% credit card. Sorry, that was Spanish right there. Or some other similar cards that their goal is very much to be there, cash at least at 2% on anything that you buy, but it can be by itself, it can be with other credit cards, it can really do whatever you want because it will be there regardless to make your job easier. The second type of credit card is gonna be a team leader. Team leaders are those who make the tougher decisions and are always there to watch you. In this case, I'm gonna be referring to those credit cards that earn 3% in different categories. And some examples of these are Savor from Capital One that earns 3% in groceries, dining, entertainment, and streaming. Other examples tend to be like the Chase Sapphire Preferred. On some stuff, like online groceries, sometimes select streamings, and some other stuff right there, but those are some examples. Like I mentioned, team leader is one that you want to be having there next to you just in order to complement the team. And at the same time, you will be earning more stuff. A little bit, but a little more. Another position, I would call it the sniper because just as how much time you had to focus into take the shot because it had to be specialized into specific categories or specific shopping tendencies. For example, we have the US Bank Cash Plus that earns 5% in 2 categories combined, is famous for 5% in utilities. And similar to this is the Chase Amazon Prime. That's 5% in any shop that you do in Amazon, but same time in Whole Foods. Or when it comes into the bill credit cards, that kind of helps you out when it comes into rental or mortgage payments. It might not earn 5% back, but it does earn a specific points value and they are good in general. But like I say, these are cards that really takes a specific role in the team, and of course they take their own specific job very well. The fourth category I'm gonna be talking about is the rotating category. I will call them the special operator. In this scenario, we are gonna mention those characters that are constantly changing over time, and unfortunately have a lot of risk because sometimes you might use it, sometimes you might not use it. But when it comes to time to actually need it, they're gonna be there for you. And depending which credit cards you end up choosing, it's gonna have better value than the other ones. For example, we have the Discover card that constantly has a 5% in different categories. The issue is it's a cashback. So some people might value it, some people might not. But at the same time, we have other ones that earns points that can be either cashback or it can be transfer values like the Chase Freedom Flex that earns 5% points or cashback. And same time it can transfer into other hotels or airlines. It comes with other 3% categories such as dining and drugstores, but those are things that are constantly in that cart. But like I say, there are some examples. Lastly, the fifth category, I'm gonna be talking about the medics, the coursemen. Generally, people will know it as a travel or benefit cards. This tends to be, for example, credit cards that will give you access to lounges in the airports, cars that will have any type of hotel or rental cars status, or it will have mostly travel benefits like free nights or something similar, like the city Strata Elite, like comes allow benefits for a specific price. 595 to be exact. Chase Sapphire Reserve with 795 per year. Capital One with Venture X that costs 395. Those are the different 5 different credit card types that most people tend to use when it comes into the reward systems. Like I mentioned, it can be any different types of cards from different ecosystems. Maybe you are more into cashback rather than points to travel. Maybe you're a person who just wants to do simple and you must want to go for a cash all would be a 2% card and forget about everything else. There are times where you might have credit cards that share, like for example, the Venture X, which falls into the cash all with 2%, but at the same time, it would travel benefit card because you had to pay in order to get certain benefits. It comes with car rental status, but at the end of the day, you're the one who really makes the choice. I personally, I'm just trying to mention in those in case you have not hear about them. But with this saying, I hope you guys know a little better now, and it kind of helps you out in the future.